y'all. So today's video is about tips on swimming in college. So I am going into my freshman year of college. I just graduated high school, as y'all saw from that last video, and I just really wanted to make a video on tips about how to swim in college, because when I started this process, the only resources I had was really talking to my coaches and talking to my friends who were a few years older than me who had gone through it. There really weren't any online resources, so I really wanted to make this video to help some swimmers out. If y'all are just starting high school or if y'all are going into your senior year, this video should kind of sum up some tips and really what to do if your dream is to swim in college. So I have a few talking points today, or kind of what I'm going to go over. The first one is when to start this whole process. The second one is creating an account on this website called SwimCloud. Third is how to find schools, or really narrow down what schools you want to go to. Fourth is how to fill out recruiting questionnaires, how to email coaches. Fifth is understanding your priorities. And last is the NCAA eligibility account. So my first talking point would be when to start this process. So I started this process when I was in my sophomore year, going into my junior year. That's when I knew, hey, I was pretty serious about this and wanted to continue doing swimming in college. So that's really when I started to dive deep into this process. But really my freshman year, I started making a college list, but I'll go into that in a minute. But the best thing I say when to start would be your end of sophomore year, going into your junior year. That is when you should start looking at things. And in the bio, I'm going to put important dates to remember. I pulled these directly off of the NCAA's website, because there are some guidelines with things for Division 1 and Division 2. Division 3, I'm pretty sure it's pretty open throughout. But I will put those dates in the bio for y'all to look at. But I would really say start your sophomore and junior year. You can start your senior year too, but just to make things easier on yourself, so you kind of have a game plan, I would say start your sophomore or junior year. So the second thing I would like to say is SwimCloud, also known as College Swimming. I made this account my freshman year, I believe. This account is where, if you're part of a USA swimming team, which I am, you can upload your times from different swim meets and your contact information, your academic information, stuff like that. And this is really great so coaches can contact you and they can see what events you do. So I also film on my iPhone, so my phone's right there, and I'm on my laptop right now, and I'm gonna screen record and upload a snippet of what I'm doing to show you guys how to create an account. So right now I'm going to College Swimming. Then it is, College Swimming. It's swimcloud.com. So I'm clicking on that. So this is what the home page looks like. So I'm not logged in right now, but it shows results from all these meets. It can be small meets, like this is a meet I just attended, but also Division 1, NCAA meets, college meets, stuff like that. Shows the top swimmers. So I'm going to go, I'll show y'all what to do. So if you go to register, so swimmers, coaches, fans, I think y'all are swimmers, so you'll get started. I already have an account, but basically you will create an account, put some basic information in there. Unfortunately, I do not remember if you have to pay anything, but if I'm remembering correctly, it's really only $20-25, and it is definitely worth it, because this is how coaches find out about you. This is how they get your contact information. This is how you'll get be on emails. So I'm gonna log in, maybe. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm logging in right now. So this is what my thing looks like, worldwide results. I don't really look at meets, but it is a fun thing if y'all want to do that, random meets, top swim. So it looks the same. So I'm going to go to my account. right now and kind of show y'all what it does. So that's my club team. I'm going to Western Colorado. So, okay, we look at this. If y'all are confused, it's this power index thing, that number right there. The lower you are, the better swimmer you are. So the times that you put in all have standards, and that goes to your power index. So I've been able to decrease mine a little bit. I haven't had fabulous swims lately, but hopefully college will change that. Then it shows the state rank you're in. So in my age group, I'm ranked 177th, and for the Olympics, I'm not a question. But then this thing over here shows what events that you specialize in. So I'm more of a flyer and a freer, and I'm more of a mid-distance swimmer. That's why that's purple. Shows your progression times, shows your best times. So I really do recommend doing this. I really recommend doing a SwimCloud account, because this is how coaches find out about you. It's just a really great thing. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but it's a really good website to use, because then you can also look up your colleges that you're interested in to see how you would place, because it will automatically put you how you will place based off of the times that you've entered. All right, so the next talking point I have is how to find schools. So finding a college you want to go to is honestly it's a pretty daunting process. There's so many schools, and then there's so many things to consider. So a way that I decided to do this was I broke it up by region. So I knew I had my heart set on either the West, like New Mexico or Colorado, or New England, like Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, that part of the country. So instead of looking the whole US, I decided to just look at New England and the West. So then I started looking at schools there. My main thing is I'm swimming Division 2. So, and realistically, I know that I was not fast enough to swim at a big D1 school, like say Texas A&M or something. I just knew that. So I had to be realistic with myself about my goals. So I looked at lower level Division 1 schools and D2 and D3 schools, because I knew that would be a better fit for me. But I also looked at my academics. So I looked up my major, what schools had my major, were they good in it, stuff like that, because kind of going to the priorities talking point is it's really important to have your priorities out. Yes, swimming in college is amazing, or going to be amazing, hopefully. I'm not there yet. But say something happens and you can't do your sport or a club or something, you really want to make sure that you'll be happy at that school. And from the vibes I have picked up from my college, I know I'll be happy there if I can't swim, say something happens. So that's really important to remember. Really focus on academics as well as athletics, because at the end of the day, for most of us, the academics is going to help us get to the future where we want to be. So my best advice on how to find schools would be separate it by region and then look at schools with your major. You can also go to the NCAA's website and look at rankings of schools, Division 1, Division 2. That's another thing I did, is I went on their website, I looked up schools, I looked up the regions, and I could kind of see oh, maybe I could swim here, maybe I couldn't. And then I would go to that school, see if they had my major. It was a long process. There were many spreadsheets involved, but eventually I was able to narrow it down. All right, so the fourth one is filling out questionnaires. Filling out recruiting questionnaires is such an important thing to do. I highly recommend that. I'm going to my schools right now and gonna show y'all what it would look like. But basically, if you go to, if you go to the school that you're looking at and you go to their athletics website, you go to the sports section, find swimming, and then you can find the recruiting questionnaire pretty easily. So let me start screen recording. Okay. All right, so I started screen recording. So here's my school, Lugo Mountaineers. So swimming and diving. Now I am going to additional links, prospective student athletes. It can be sometimes called recruiting questionnaire, student athletes. Okay, so I never made an account, so put your names in. Okay, guess I'm doing this. Well, actually, I'm not gonna do this because I don't want y'all to see all my information, but basically that's what y'all would do, is go to the different schools and fill out the questionnaires, because that's how coaches will also reach out to you if you fit within the time criteria. All right, emailing coaches, that is an important thing, and please keep in mind the dates, or the deadline. Yes, the dates I put in the bio for this, because per NCAA rules, you have to be a certain age or like a certain progression in high school in order to start emailing coaches for Division I and Division II. But I emailed a lot of coaches. Some were no response, some were some response. Yeah, so it's a hard journey. It is, emailing coaches and stuff, because it was hard for me, because back before I chose the school I was going to, I was really set on a certain school, and when I emailed the swim coach, I heard no response back, and that was hard because I knew that they weren't interested if they weren't going to email me back. But it's a hard journey, but it'll make you stronger. But the main thing to include in a coach email, and I'm also going to put this in the bio, is your name, obviously, what events you do, what meets you've gone to. Say, like for me, I would talk about, I was the only girl in my school district to final at regionals. That was something I would put in there. If you have been a team captain, that's important to put in there. Put what club team you're on, your coach's contact information, because the club coach or the college coach may want to contact your club coaches. So your events, coaches, what teams you're part of, and any like awards or like prestigious accomplishments you've had. Also talk about why you like that school. Say that, they have my major, the program seems really cool, or the location of the school. Really try and remember to connect your email back to why you like that school. That's also pretty important. All right, so the next thing is priorities, which I did talk about a little bit earlier, but it's important to have your academics is your priority. There's very, very few swimmers who are going to compete at a pro level, and that's saying for all sports. So it's important that the school that you're interested in has the major that you're interested in, or at least has programs that seem interesting to you if you don't know what your major is, because the degree that you earn in college is really going to help you get a career. That's the important part, not just the swimming part. You got to make sure that you'll be happy too with the academics. That's the main priority, I believe, in college. And lastly, so an NCAA account. So you have to make an NCAA eligibility account to see if you're eligible to swim under the NCAA. Most people will pass it. It's not very complicated. But I do recommend waiting, because so when I first started this process, I made a college swimming account, and then I made an NCAA eligibility account, and I paid $90. Thankfully, I am swimming in college, so that $90 worked out. But just make sure, I would say wait until you have an offer, or until it looks like you're going to have an offer, to make an NCAA account, because it does cost money and you gotta be really serious about it. So I would wait. I would have that be kind of the last step of the process, wait until that you're pretty certain, or you have a verbal/written offer. Lastly, I just want to say that please take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I hope that y'all get to where y'all want to go, and I hope that y'all get to your goals and stuff. But always check on the NCAA's website. Ask your coaches, ask your friends who have gone through the college recruiting process, because it's really important that you stay within the guidelines. And like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because everybody's process is different. I just kind of wanted to give some tips on making this whole process seem less daunting, because there are recruiting companies out there that will help you through this, but I do believe that it is possible to do on your own. I did this by myself, and I was able to commit to a school, so it is possible that you can do this by yourself. But like I said, if you need help, consult the NCAA's website. They have pretty good information on there, and consult your coaches. They know a lot too. So I really hope this video helps y'all get to your goals, and let me know and I hope I can get y'all there. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm very busy with work right now, so I'm gonna hope to get a few more videos uploaded this summer before I head off to school. But I will see y'all later, and good luck and swim fast. Bye.